Hi, welcome to Foreigner in the Philippines. Good morning. Last night, we went home around, I think 10 o'clock in the evening. We leave here around 6 o'clock. Pick up Dennis, the giant leg man, for the check-up, consultations in the provincial hospital, as what the doctor in Taliban advised. Because we went to Taliban and the doctor says that our facilities here, because the hospital here is smaller, so we can provide the services that the patients is needed. So I suggested you to go to the Provincial Hospital, which is the biggest public hospital here in Bohol. We went there yesterday, and when we arrived there, it's around 11:15. I think 9:45. Yeah, and then it's happened when you went to the public hospital, it's a lot of patients. It's a lot of patients that went there for check-up for different kind of cases. So their numbering for the morning session is already finished, and the nurse said that just come back 1 o'clock and we give another priority numbers. So what we did is we just left there in the provincial hospital and went to the Tagbilaran Community Hospital to see that surgeon that the Galston couple also went. If you remember our videos of the Galston couple been operated. So we went there, and when the surgeons saw the conditions of Dennis, the surgeon says, "Oh, it's very complicated. It's better if I recommend you to somebody that really are doing this kind of cases, So the doctor recommended us to another doctor in Romero Hospital, and we went there. Straight away we went to the Romero Hospital, and it's good. The timing is good because when we arrived there, it's the last patient that the doctor is being consulted. So we went there, and the doctor see the conditions of Dennis, and the doctor said that it's cancerous. Based on my first look on your leg, it's cancerous, and there are two types of cancer. Cancer of the bones and cancer of the muscles. And the doctor says that based on what I saw, it's cancer of the muscles because of the effect, the bigger effect on the leg. So what happened is the doctor says that I asked the doctor if the patients can be operated here in Tagbilaran, and the doctor said yes, you could be here in Romero Hospital, which is private hospital, or you go to the public hospital. And he says we want the one that we cannot pay, doc, or if we have something to pay, just a little. So he recommend us, okay, go back to Provincial Hospital for biopsy. And I said to the doctor, "Doc, can you just give us the request? We just go straight to the Provincial Hospital for biopsy." And he said, "No, you need to go to the process there, go to the OPD, then after that go to the area there." So we went there, and finally then I saw the resident doctor there in the public hospital in Provincial around, I think, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And the doctor there says that it's sarcoma, based on what they look. And then they asked their doctors there also the conditions, and according to the doctor there, it needed to cut, because what happened is in Dennis' leg there is also some lumps, some lusa, they call it in Visayan lusay. So, and then we asked the doctor that according to the patient, he got an accident before, and then after that accident they noticed that the leg is getting bigger. And according to the doctor there, says that it's not there's already a tumor on that before the accident. It just happened that after the accident it's getting bigger, but there's not related when the accident happened. So we ordered a biopsy. The doctor ordered an x-ray, and I says to the doctor, "Doc, can you just make everything in just one go? The x-ray, the biopsy." So that's what we did. And an ultrasound also, they need an ultrasound to find out. And also the chest x-ray and the x-ray of the leg. The doctor ordered the chest x-ray because to find out that the virus or the cancer cells is not affecting in the lungs or the heart. So that's why they ordered an X-ray and ultrasound and biopsy and other that chest X-ray, EPL X-ray, femur for the leg, and ultrasound and biopsy. So far we already done the biopsy, and it says here, based on the result, it says here the category is malignant, and the diagnosis is sarcoma. Primary consideration is osteosarcoma. And by Tuesday, we're going to do the chest X-ray and ultrasound here in Taliban, because yesterday they're not accepting anymore, because the ultrasound in Provincial Hospital is by schedule. So we will not able to do the schedule yesterday, and we're out of time. So we do the ultrasound and X-ray here in Taliban. It's sad reality, you know, it's sad result, because we thought that I said to the doctor that, "Doc, is it okay if during the operation just get the tumor or the cancer with something that needed to get, rather than cutting the leg of Dennis?" And then the doctor said there's no other options, because if that tumor, if the patients go to the hospital in the early stage, we just only get that operated, not cutting the leg. But what happened now, there's no more options that we could consider. So I said to the doctor that, "How about, Doc, if your first impressions to the patient is not right, you know, is there a possibility that the patients cannot be cut, the leg of the patients cannot be cut?" And he said yes, because we still looking for some tests that needed some assess of the situations, but based on what the look of the patient, of the leg, and based on other symptoms that we see of the other patients, that's the first impressions that we can give. Yeah, when the doctor says to Dennis that your leg should be is needed, that's the only options. We saw the eye of Dennis, the tears. So it's very difficult. But I said to them that just pray, because there's no what is that? The prayer is the answer. Once you pray, there's a miracle. So we don't know that in just few weeks, few months before the operations, it's getting smaller, because there's no. It says there that asked and shall be given. So God is there. That doctors are studying in medicines, but God is the best doctor. So that's our other updates. Next week we're going back to the provincial hospitals once we finish all the examinations that is being performed. Yeah, so please like, comment, and subscribe. And I just want to say thank you to Sir Robin, who made that trip possible. Thank you for your gift of 4,500 to Dennis, so we could able to do what are needed to do, some tests needed. Have a good day, and God bless.